Hello everybody and welcome back to Create Chronicles. I never know how to time the intro. I probably should count how long it actually takes for the intro to go, because I feel like I always start talking and the intro is already still going, and so it's like, you know, the music's going over and the intro's over my face and I'm already talking. And yeah, anyways. Anyways, that's not important. What is important is what we're doing today. We are looking at Applied Energistics 2. This scares me, but I'm gonna go over the basics, kind of teach you what I understand from it, and it should get you kind of started, I hope, at least in really creating the thing. So today, at least for this episode, we are going to be going over the calculation mechanism, which will actually take us to our first steps into integrated circuits, which we will be using to make the Applied Energistics items. So technically we're not doing Applied Energistics just yet. We're doing the items beforehand. So you might notice I have all this stuff. And let me say, not fun to get. They made it a lot easier with the Ribbits mod. The Ribbit mod is really nice. You could just buy these from the Ribbits. So the main way that you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to get these delicious clusters here. And so the first thing first is the clusters only actually grow deep underground, and you can buy them from the Ribbits, or you can find them around in caves. I met up with some Ribbits and managed to buy some. They cost a lot of amethyst, so if you don't have amethyst, get some amethyst. I was gonna say buy some, you don't buy them, but get some amethyst because it's 64 per block. But you can just, once you have one block, you can just grow it. So if you at least have one block of each, you're fine. And you're gonna need those. And let's just jump down here. I'm still building this. I don't have an elevator yet, but yeah. This is the Corundum section I have for my base. As you can see, I have every single color. There's 9 colors, and I just have them all growing in here. And literally all I do is I just come here and I just go. I break the top one. There you go. And that's all you really need to do. You just break that. I broke my wall. Whoops. Put that back. And then these will regrow. So I'm just gonna collect some of these. There we go. And now that's all you really need. You just gotta collect the cluster, and then the cluster is what you're gonna use to make the shimmer. You need all 9 colors inside of a superheated blaze, and that will turn into shimmer. And now that I've collected these, we're going to head up and we're going to go do that next. Here we are in my little factory, and now we have a little blaze burner here, and it's superheated. I'm using LPG because it's so easy. So I'm literally just going to toss one of each item inside of here. Oop, oop, oop. That was 2 of 1. My bad. I should be fine though. And you'll see it will mix it up. Mix. Boom. Shimmer! Got that sweet, sweet shimmer. That's what we wanted. Got that sweet, sweet shimmer. Let's go. Yeah. Now, I started with this because it's super easy to get. Shimmer is super duper easy. And so, yeah, now that's basically done. It has some uses, which you may or may not need it for. Most of it is just making the Lumen paintballs, but if you wanted, you could make Aurora blocks. You also use shimmer on a compound base. Make frozen nuggets. You also use it to make aether site on andesite, and then you could put it in a bucket if you want as well, which I don't know why you would do other than I guess to get this. Yeah, anyways, so now that that's done, we have our shimmer, and I don't think that's actually enough for a bucket, so I'm going to do this one more time just so that I can get a bucket's worth. Boom, and boom, and now that should get us the bucket. I'm going to toss this away. Grab ourselves a little bucket, scoop, and then I'm just gonna reattach that bad boy, and that's just putting chromatic waste. So we got our shimmer bucket. That is now done, and that's how you get shimmer. You just need to get these cordium clusters, which are either found underground, or you have to trade with the Ribbits, and then they'll give it to you as well. As I said, it's gonna cost a lot of amethyst, so bring a lot, because I think it's 64 per the amount. I think you have 3 blocks. But once you have 1 block, it will just grow. up to four blocks tall, and then you just have to break it and then replace it, break it, replace, etc., etc. Okay, cool. So that's how you get shimmer. Next up, we're going to come back up here and we're going to talk about this stuff up here. So this is how you get the singularity. Now, singularity is very important because it's going to be a thing that you're going to need. So what you need to get blackstone. Blackstone you can find pretty easy in the nether. And then you're also going to need darkstone, which you can get from just haunting blackstone, or you can find darkstone near bedrock as well. And then you just need to use some of this tutorium, which comes from the Forbidden Arcanus mod. So you're just going to need some of these crystals, which come from these crystals that you find underground, as well as you're going to need some Modpack dust, which comes from these items right here, more of that crystal from underground, and some basic Minecraft stuff. You use that to make the gold. This gold can actually also be grown by actually fly over to my little house, because you can actually grow it as well as find it. So once you actually get enough, you can make these seeds that will actually grow the gold for you. See right here, golden orchard. Now this is how you actually get gold. You get to grow it. So if I come here and I just type in golden orchard, so you'll see golden orchard seeds, and this is how you do it. You need a yellow orchard and some of the gold, and this will grow into a golden nugget. Unfortunately, I don't actually have any of these grown at the moment. This one's only at 83, but it will grow and it'll turn into nuggets for you, and it's an unlimited source. You do have to find the yellow orchard, which I forget the biome. I'll put it on screen right now. You gotta find this biome and you'll find the flower. You can't find the flower anywhere else to my knowledge, so you'll have to find it in this biome. So you'll have to find that biome, and that's how you'll be able to get it. For me, it took me a while to find it, but I ultimately found it. It was just a lot of flying around searching for it. You find it with the golden trees. You'll find like the golden trees, and then you can find it there. So that's what you're really looking for. All right, so once you have all that stuff, you use the polished darkstone, which is just darkstone 4, and you make the arcane polished darkstone. If you've been using Forbidden Arcanus already, you should already have all the stuff, or at least some of the items already. You then use this to make the arcane crystal obelisk. And how do you make that? Is there's no crafting recipe. How do you make it? Explains right here, but I'm going to go over it myself. You're going to need more of the arcane dust or the crystals, and I should have some of those crystals. Yep, there we go. So we're going to need, whoops, my bad, I forgot it's a 9 block, not a 4 block. We're going to need 2 of these, and we are going to need 1 of these. Whoops. We're going to need 1 of these. I'm just going to make 1. And then it was some of the Monday bar dust as well. So what you do, if you didn't see our Forbidden Arcanus episode, you put the polished darkstone, 2 crystals on top, and then you right click, boop, and it turns into a crystal obelisk. Boom, look at that, crystal obelisk. Now you take this bad boy, fly, or I guess mine, maybe you're closer to yours, and you just toss it into a wheel crushing wheel. And once that's done, then you have to go ahead and you gotta go out somewhere safe so you don't blow up anything. That's not really safe that direct. We'll just do it over here, it'll be fine. So you take your little singularity, oh, throw it into there, throw that into there, throw that into there. Whoops. Make sure you don't take anything else. We need a little flint and steel, Make sure you throw the ender dust with it. Light the explosive. Step back. Nom, 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 nom. Boom! And then we have ourselves. All right. Well, I only did 2 out of 3, but still, pretty good. All right. Now that we have our little singularity, we have to go back to our crusher and crush them. Crush them. Crush them. Yeah. Crush them. Crush them. Crush them. Crush them. Yeah. Crush them. Okay, I think it's done. All right. Anyways, now that we've finished crushing, okay, cool. So now you'll see we have white paintball, green paintball, red paintball, light gray paintball, yellow paintball, and light blue paintball, and you'll actually get a mix of them. So you'll see it is a 6% chance for each one. So there is a chance that you might get nothing, which would suck. But we got pretty lucky. We got 2 green, 2 white, 1 red, 2 light gray, 1 yellow, and 1 blue. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9, which is really, really good. And now that we have these 9, boop, what you're supposed to do next is you're supposed to mix the ball with some dye and some shimmer. And now that's pretty simple. You just have to go back to your superheated blaze, put in the shimmer, put in some dye, and put in some yellow paint. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to show it either because it's pretty simple to do. All you need to do is just toss it into a basin, and you'll be good to go. But the way I'm going to do it is a little bit different. Now, as I said, this way may be taken out, maybe, as it does make it super easy. So I don't know. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And that's life. But what we need to do is we need to take our paintball. So let me just organize these really quickly. All right, so we take our white paintball, and here I have set up, I have a optical source, an encased mirror, and a beam focuser. And now you're probably wondering, what is the heck is that? And honestly, a couple days ago, same question. I was like, what the heck is this? This beautiful thing here is awesome, is needless to say. So a optical source is basically, this thing takes stress units. So basically, having a water wheel spin around, it takes that power and turns it into basically a light beam. So think of it like a laser, like a pew laser. And as you can actually see, if you look in there, you can see the little laser in there. And currently, this is running. And you'll see here it says beam properties, beam type of visible light. And actually, depending on how fast it's running, it'll actually change. So you'll see radio waves at 1. We turn it to 26. It will say microwaves. And we turn it up to 51. Whoops, 51's too much. 37, it'll say visible light. And I don't have the exact numbers. In the description below, I will have the exact numbers for you. So if we just take that shimmer and toss it away. I'm just kidding. It's a valuable resource. I have a little chest here that has all the dyes. And since we're going to be using whites, I'm going to put a single paintball. Boop. I'm going to grab my white dye. I'm going to slap it into there. And then that will use the visible light. And that will turn it into nothing. What were the chances? 10%. So we'll try it again. There we go. This time it works. So now you'll see we have the white Lumen paintball. As I said, this way may be removed. Not 100% sure. That's all up to the Modpack creator if you're watching. Hello! Thank you for watching. Awesome Modpack. If you change this, then I understand for balancing reasons. But currently it's in here, and I'm using it because I like it. I will always go the way of less resistance. So basically that's all you have to do. So then you just take your next one. You grab your next die. You put it in. Put in that. You put in the ball. The ball gets lights onto it, and now it becomes illumined. And there we go. Now I'm going to do the rest of these, and we'll move on to this thing over here next. Now that I've turned these all into the Lumen paintballs, the next thing we need to do is we need to get the chromatic waste, as well as some matter balls. And that is what we're going to do with these paintballs. So I'm going to start with the white one, as the white one is actually the best one that you can get, due to the fact that the white one is the starting color, and it will go through all the other colors. So if we use the white one, and we go ahead and we put it through the item drainer, it will give us chromatic waste, and then we'll go into light gray, which will become gray, pink, red, all the way down to black, which will then turn into a matter ball. Turns out, something I didn't realize, you can just right-click. Just right-click, boom, there you go, matter ball. I didn't realize you could do that, so that's fantastic to find out right this second. You can just right-click on this thing. It will drain each color, and boom, look at that. Matter balls all day long. There we go. Look at it, 8 matter balls. Now, what we use these for is we're going to use them to make the chromatic compound. So, this needs to be superheated, which we have done. This is superheated right now. We use the matter balls with chromatic waste, which we just got. So we had the chromatic waste in here. It gets sent over to here, stored, and then we send it into the basin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a single matter ball into there. I'm then going to need, if I open up my inventory properly, I'm then going to need polished spectral ruby, which is super easy to make. You just need spectral ruby, which is just amethyst with some glowstone. So we quickly make that. I think I have some sandpaper. I do not have any sandpaper. Well, that sucks, doesn't it? You then just do the simple process of polishing the stone. Then you get polished spectral ruby. You can use that for a couple other things, but what we're using it for is this bad boy right here. So we got a matter ball, chromatic waste, and we toss that in. That will then mix it up. Nicely done. Boom. And that gives us 2 chromatic compounds. I'm now going to quickly go and turn off this because I'm not going to actually need this anymore. There we go. Turn that off so I'm not wasting LPG. And that should no longer be filling. Now, I don't know how I have a bunch of these, but I have a lot of refined essence. And I don't know why or how. But that's what we're going to need next is the refined essence. So if we come down here, you'll notice that we need to make refined radiance. Sorry, I don't know why I call it refined essence. Blah. Words are hard. But what we need is refined radiance. And then to make that, we're going to need a beacon to convert it. Now, I actually don't have a beacon set up, but I should be able to make one really simply. There we go. Beacon. Boink. Bong. So close. So freaking close. Okay, so how do I do this exactly? I just like... No. Do I like... Whoop. I think I just ate it. I think it just... Oh, there it is. I'm back! We're trying to escape. I have to like toss it at it. Okay, I have to toss it like in the beacon itself. Wah! No, wait! Come back! Ugh! I was trying to escape. Jeez. Now we need to make the calculation mechanism thing. So that means I am gonna have to make another thingy-mabobber. Another thingy-mabobber. Alright, calculation presence does 3 times. It's 4 deploys with a press, and then it's 3 times circular. Okay. So I'm gonna have to set that up, and then I'm gonna have to set one of these up as well, which is a 5, 1, 2 repeats. Okay. So really quickly, I'm gonna set up both of these. I'm probably gonna set them up. Let me set that up, and we'll be right back. All right. Well, I've set everything up. As you can see, we have our multiple setups, and I'm gonna explain them all really quickly. So I'm gonna start with this one, that one, and no, I'm gonna start with this one, then this one, and then that one. Okay. We'll have to talk about this one after this one because this one uses this. Okay. Yeah. This uses that to make that. Yeah. Okay. So here we have the press line, I'm going to call it, for the calculation mechanism. The calculation mechanism uses the refined radiance that we just created. We squish the radiance into a plate, and then we use it in this sequence. Second, we just use some tin, super easy to make. We use copper spool, which is its copper wire, which you just can get either from stone cutting, or you can use that roller as well, and you can get copper wire that way. Next up is this bad boy, the Optical Drive. And now this thing is a little easy to make as long as you have amethyst. If you don't have amethyst, get some. You're going to need it. You're going to need quite a bit. All it requires is iron, glass, and water. Super simple. That's what this is. So we got iron, glass, water, press. Here we have this beautiful thing, which requires an infernal mechanism, which I don't think I actually have. So let me quickly go and get some. Got some! Phew. I actually don't know how much I have. 10, 5. How many times does this have to go around? 3 times. Okay, so I can make a single one. Let's go. I guess, yeah, we'll be back once it's finished. Bonk. Alright, cool, it's done. What's 9 plus 10? Bruh, obviously it's 7. God. Oh, man. Alright, well, that's a lot of bevels. Nice. Alright, so literally all this calculation mechanism is used for is to make the integrated circuit. That's it. No other use. Other than that. It's the only thing we need it for. All right, so we need the overcharged alloy, we need the control chip, we need glowstones, pretty simple, a resistor, and a capacitor. Okay, these two are super easy, so I'll go over these first. This is just a capacitor, it's just wires, plastic, and nickel. If you don't know how to make plastic, you need liquid plastic, which comes from just mixing around propylene or ethylene, and you get both of these just by using a distillation of naphtha, which you get from regular distillation of oil. And then you just need to use nickel for the capacitor, and you just need to use lead for the resistor, and then also some plastic. Control chip, again, super simple. All you need is golden sheet, brass nugget, and electrium nugget, which is electrium is just, electrium is literally just mixing gold and silver, and then it gets electrium, and then you can just turn it into a nugget. Brass is the same kind of situation. You're just mixing copper and zinc, boom, brass, then you just turn it into a nugget. This just takes 32 circles. The overcharged alloy, now this thing I actually realized I wasn't actually prepared to make. So I took a little break and I actually set that up, so I actually made it. Then all you have to actually do to get the overcharged alloy is just taking the chromatic compound, which I should have some. You take chromatic compound, throw it onto here with a Tesla coil, and then this is going to take a long time because it requires 2 million power. So that's why I recommend getting the accumulator. This is a 3x3x3 one, and there you go. All you have to do then is just squish it and turn it into a plate, and then you can return all the way back here. I already have some in there. It requires 2 circles, or repeats, sequence repeats. So I'm just going to toss it in here, and this is going to do its little sequence, and we'll be right back once it's done. Boop. Imagine that failed. Imagine it failed my first one ever. 95% chance, and it failed. I mean, that would have been so sad. And it was, look at that, the integrated circuit. Now this bad boy is what we're going to need to make all of this stuff. Hopefully I explained a bit of the ME, Applied Energistics kind of thing that you're supposed to kind of do in this mod pack. Hopefully that helps some people as well. I know I'm not going full in-depth into everything, and as I explained, it really just kind of terrifies me. But this should allow you to actually get kind of started into the regular AE2 kind of process. So if you played with AE2 before, which I have not, and that is why I am not a person who should really try and explain this to you. If you play with it before, it seems like it's just the same process kind of situation. It's just the only difference is getting the base raw materials has been changed for this mod pack. But it seems everything else is pretty well the same, at least from what I can tell. You know, it's just getting those raw materials is a bit different. And so hopefully I kind of covered that a little bit well, and hopefully help people kind of understand it. Anyways, yeah, so I'm going to end this episode here. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe. Oops. And see. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment. Let me know what is your favorite color. So yeah, let me know what your favorite color is, because I'm curious. And also it helps engagement. So YouTuber got a YouTube. Wink. And yeah, I'm gonna end this episode because I constantly always extend these outros for way longer than they have to be. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much, and bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. Bye.